The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Mage Magic City Memoirs game, episode 7, guys. One more after this one. Before we get into our recap, let me have my amazing players introduce themselves and their characters.
Hi, everybody. I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing Sylvia Carson Abbott, a Hollowed One Gaunt.
Hey, everyone. I'm Evie Eternal, and I will be playing Eden Whitlock, who is a Verbena witch.
Hey everybody, I'm Antera, and tonight I'll be playing Jack Turner of the Society of Ether.
And hello, I'm Maddox, and I'll be playing Jude Astor of the Virtual Adepts.
Excellent. Last episode, we had a fantastic guest in Junie Von Esch, who played our Mokole mediator between Tanya and the cairn at the Everglades. And after seeing just how, even though she had been tasked with being the mediator, the guru that were with her were not pleasant people to be dealing with. For those who want to keep score at home, the Wolfhound was a Red Talon, and the tall blonde man was a Get a Fenris.
He was an asshole.
He definitely was.
Get a Fenris, yeah.
Yep. It's almost like I know Werewolf a little bit. But we got to see that they did get to a stay of execution as far as bringing the Panther Spirit to heal or bringing Tanya back to the cairn at the Everglades to become, take her place in society. Before they left, Jude did bring up the cyborg wolf that he saw. And they all learned that is a no-no in their society. And then one of the last things they did hear is that they would be hunting this cybernetic wolf. And before leaving Tropical Park, we got to see a little moment where Tanya fed some of her quintessence back into the node instead of pulling it from the node. We jumped to February 10th and the first Hexed event, the second Hexed event of the year. And we got to see a play, a set by Not Edgar Allan Poe's wife, and Molly and her band are now going to become a little bit better since Jack tuned their soundboard, much to the chagrin of their knocker sound guy, whose name is Gareth, by the way. Eden showed up with her friend Trisha, who is a party animal in the fullest extent of that phrase. Jude showed up with his girlfriend, and after Benji overstepped and broke rule number 1 of the party, he was the only one in the season so far to have taken some paradox for attempting an effect that maybe you shouldn't have. There are mundane ways to get revenge, and sometimes when we pull on the Tellurian pushes back.
I regret nothing. The Tellurian's a bitch.
Correct. But after seeing that Molly as well overstepped her bounds, everybody kind of went their separate ways. And so we're going to pick up on Valentine's Day, a couple days after the events at the Hext. It's 4:57 a.m. when those of you that have the Blink app are woken up by a very audible notification. I believe that is Jude and Eden, right? Who?
Yeah, Jude's got it on the burner phone.
Yep, same.
Yeah. I know Sylvia doesn't have it. Did Jack ever get it?
No.
Okay. So 4:57 a.m. Eastern. The Blink app just suddenly had a very audible notification of an upgrade. They've released a selfie version of the app, so that you can get points for the composition of including yourself in the picture. The new tagline reads, "Don't just watch the world, see yourself in it." At 5:02 a.m., a silent notification went out apologizing for the startling notification that was previously underwent, and there was a blame on the back-end programming. However, the parent company of Blink, which is Pentagonal Technologies, has offered a code to everyone to have a free premium month. They're so nice. But the day of Valentine's Day, we see that Eden will have Martin come into the office with the mail for the day. It's about midday. He is eating a sandwich. And he puts down some of your mail, but he shows you a letter that he received. There is 2 tickets to a banquet happening on Saturday at the University of Miami.
What's this?
He has a mouthful of sandwich. They want me to come in.
Oh, okay.
Part of the anthropology department. There's a big to do with the Miami Circle. He swallows.
Really?
Yeah, the city just proclaimed it a protected site. Wow. And they're including me in the anthropology, archaeology, and biological teams that are allowed on the site.
Shit, real? That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm not ready to get in or anything, but it's nice to be seen for my endeavors.
That's so.
On the back of the ticket, you'll notice that the key speaker that night is going to be the CFO of Renault Industries, Benjamin Warner.
Interesting. Benjamin Warner speaking, huh?
Yeah, you know him? You know about him?
I know a little bit about him. Seems interesting character.
All the pictures online, he looks threatening.
Yeah, something like that.
He's a
Ugh.
scary looking dude.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you too. Brought you your mail, since I saw that you were in your office.
I really appreciate it, Martin. Thank you.
Have a good one. And takes another bite of his sandwich and grabs his tickets and his letter and walks out.
She is not moving. If he wants it, he's got to come get it.
Okay. And you'll see a couple of students come by, and the rest of your day is spent between dealing with kids and just kind of going to the last two classes of the day. At Panther Coffee, however, as we shift from one busy schedule to another,
Mm-hmm.
there is this tinge, this ping on your kidney. You went to the bathroom before you got here,
Yeah.
but now it's like, maybe you should go again.
Okay. So she's going to go to the bathroom.
Okay. And you are there for a few minutes, and there's a moment where you're like, I don't need this. And every time that you get up to go back, there's just that little push against the door. And finally, once it abates and you come back out, you'll see that Scott has what looks to be a bouquet of flowers in the trash and a note, some kind of letter. But he looks at you like, you got great timing.
And why do you say that?
The moment you left, that Dick Benji came in.
Let me guess. And she points to the trash can with the flowers and the note.
Yeah. I told him that I would drop them off. I didn't tell him where I would drop them off, but I did tell him I would drop them off.
Storyteller, what kind of flowers are they?
They're pink roses.
I fucking hate pink. And I don't like roses. I actually prefer irises. And she will actually take the letter, though, to read it.
Okay. It says, as soon as I can find it, just nothing written down personally. It's just a run-of-the-mill Walgreens apology card. There's like a little sad clown on the front, and on the inside it just says sorry.
She drops it back in the trash. You know, I really can't stand men that only bring women flowers when they've done something wrong.
It's cliche.
Totally. And it shows a lack of fucking effort to actually change behavior. And she'll go back to the register. Mhm.
And he pulls out a DVD case from his satchel,
Mhm.
from his little messenger bag, and he's just like, I know you said nothing romantic today,
Yeah.
but I think you will agree that this dance number is in the spirit of today. And he just slides Young Frankenstein over to you.
Oh, this is perfect.
Putting on the Ritz.
My grandma actually loves this movie. I'll watch it with her later.
Perfect. And as you speak of your grandmother, you see Nathaniel standing
Mhm.
outside, just kind of looking down. And he looks up at you. And there's almost a pained expression on his face.
She just thinks to herself, he'll let me know when he's ready. And she'll get back to work.
Yeah. And if he doesn't see you do anything like he wants you to, he just kind of points down. And you know that he's standing in front of one of the trash cans that's outside.
She'll come out to see what it is.
There's a beautiful maroon envelope, and it just has a almost calligraphy S on it.
She'll take it out and open it.
It's a card. There's two kittens that are interwoven into some thick yarn. And on the inside, it has the commercial text that just says, "We could be kidding around too."
Is there a signature?
There is actually a handwritten note underneath the commercial little like blurb, and the other inside sleeve has a hand-drawn picture of you. Painstaking pencils, color pencils, couple of pens, nothing aggressive that would have bled through. Like a lot of care was taken here. And it just says, "I'm not good with words, but when I've got a couple of minutes to myself, I do like to draw some of my favorite things. I was listening to this new band, parentheses, to me, close parentheses, called All About Eve. The song was Flowers in Our Hair. I thought it was the kind of thing you might listen to. So if you didn't know about them, you're welcome. And if you did, well, thanks for helping me open my eyes to a different kind of music." And it's signed Isaac.
She looks very intently at the card and the drawing and everything else. Can I get anything off of this?
Ooh. Ooh. You want to use some of your spheres?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All
That wasn't
right.
suspicious at all.
I know.
Like
Oh,
literally,
boy.
why did he throw it in the trash? Why didn't he come in and wait for her? What the fuck? If he took all this effort, why did he just throw it away?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because
the easiest answer would have been time, which you have none of.
I don't have that.
But using mind and correspondence and life,
I can absolutely suss it out, I think.
you can suss something out
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Martin is there, so there is a sleeper, and there are people walking around.
Of course.
So there are sleepers around.
All right. So I'm using second dot of correspondence or first?
Second dot. The first dot of everything else.
Okay. And life and mind, you said, right?
Yeah, life and mind, and
okay. So there
this
are witnesses.
Yeah, it is mediumship, so it does kind of fit your practice.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's writing on the card.
so that you could use that as your instrument. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She will trace it as she's doing it, like she's
Okay.
reading the line by line kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To
I
make
like
it very subtle. Mm-hmm. Not
All
her
right.
first rodeo around sleepers. She has to make it subtle, otherwise they call her weird.
Yup. True story.
All right. So let's see. All right. Okay, so we will cast the spell. Let me switch
Yep.
my view real quick.
And that is casting.
Yep, and that is at difficulty 5 because there are
Mhm.
witnesses.
Yep.
That's 2 successes.
Nice.
2 9s.
Very nice.
Very nice.
There's a lingering sensation. There is, at the very forefront, disappointment, sadness. And then there's acceptance. It's very weird, but you get glimpses of somebody walking towards Panther Coffee. You can see the look to their left, the look to their right, crossing the street, and you don't see them come in. They stand at the doorway, but you see that they have this clear vision of both Benji and Scott smiling as Benji's giving him the flowers. And then there's a look at the card, a look at the trash can, and then the last thing is the card hitting the top of the trash heap. And the memory fades.
You know, I'm really, and she's literally muttering this under her breath. Nobody's going to hear her except her fucking brother.
Mhm.
I'm really tired of Benji fucking with me.
He nods.
Can I do something?
And he holds up his hand to you, and you see him step away to the point where he vanishes.
Can I influence probability?
Okay.
Probably.
Yes.
To do
Yes.
what?
Let's go.
I just want Benji to have a very bad fucking day.
You sure can.
Okay, that's all. I just want him to have
Yeah.
a really bad day. I just want him to, I want it to be more like almost like a reflection spell where he gets what he gives.
Okay.
So I'm not talking hateful black magic. No, we're just
Right.
going to let him get what he gives. Mhm.
Right. There's a moment where you start to think about that. You know you could do it. You know that you could just reach out and
And just do it.
pluck the right Tellurian thread to
Mhm.
do it. And the moment that you're reaching out, you see a different hand come over, and instead of just simply plucking, it grabs and it pulls. And you don't need to turn around to know that that hand is Tyler's. And then it vanishes and the thread restores itself. But it is forever altered. It has the hand shape in it.
Fuck. Fuck. And she'll go back in with the card. She's going to keep this card.
Yep. All right. We shift as your door closes behind you to a bathroom door opening as Thelma comes out and hops on top of you while you're still in bed.
Oh, son of a bitch, T. Why'd you have to do that?
Yeah. I
That
could
was
have been
right
I
on my
could have-
fucking stomach.
Yeah, I could have aimed for your balls, but you know I like them where they are. Unhurt.
You have aimed for my balls before. Shut the fuck up. And he'll lean up and kiss her. Hi.
Yep. Hey, I called work for you and told them that you were sick, so you have the day off.
Oh, I really love when you're able to predict when I get sick like that. Thank you.
It's such a gift. So get dressed. I'm gonna make breakfast and then we're gonna leave. I got a plan.
There's something in the freezer for you. Blue Tupperware. We just have to cook it.
Well, I mean it's frozen, so
I know it's for dinner, but just a small something.
I will leave it I'll leave it out to defrost then while we're out.
And what she will pull out will be fuck, I just had the name and then I totally lost it. It was Papas Rellenas or something like that.
Papa rellena. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
And there's about a dozen of them in this Tupperware that it looks like he spent a lot of time making and probably had help from a very lovely elderly woman next door.
He sure did. Yeah, because it's very easy to destroy a papa rellena if you don't know what you're doing. But she smiles as she kind of leaves it out to defrost, to thaw out. But you notice that she's wearing very brisk clothing. Kind of like not shorts, but definitely these very high cut pants. And she's wearing her comfortable sneakers.
Jude will probably dress similarly in vibe, if nothing else.
Okay. She drives and she takes you up I-95. Is she letting you choose the music or is she putting on one of her playlists?
In this instance, Jude probably just lets her pick what she wants since she's driving.
Okay.
Driver controls music and volume, at least what you listen to.
Yeah. What song out of the playlist that you hear kind of sticks with you on this day? What's her playlist vibe like?
Things with energy. She really likes songs that have good movement to them. She said it started when she was taking dance lessons as a kid. So anything that has a sense of movement to it as music is something that she tends to listen to.
Mhm.
So whatever the storyteller feels is appropriate for that.
Okay. It's going to be something Spanish then, some kind of traditional. You've been to several of her family's parties, and you could have sworn that this whole playlist is a party playlist. But you notice.
Oh,
go ahead.
He leans back for a second. I think I was smoking a cigar with one of your uncles while this song was playing at one point.
Yeah, probably. This is my gym jam. And it's just stupid name.
I mean, like I'm any better. I literally have a Tamagotchi that I named Sparky. Like, you don't need to beat yourself up for your namings, T. I'm worse. We all know it.
And you're in the car for like an hour and a half. Like you pass Hialeah, you pass Broward, like you pass Fort Lauderdale, you pass Hallandale, and she finally gets off in West Palm. Have you guys been up this far before together?
Probably once.
Yeah,
it's not somewhere they go often.
Yeah, she takes you, and the streets look familiar, but they're also like you haven't been up here in so long. And in the distance, she takes you down a side road, and there is this massive torii gate that has the sign for the Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens. And when she parks, she looks at you and she grabs your hand. She's like, "So I know you hate exercise, but
I don't. Yeah, no, I hate exercise.
Yeah. So we'll walk around here for an hour or so, take in the sights. We'll have lunch, and then I figure we can drive down to Hallandale Beach and stargaze for a little bit before heading home."
Sounds nice. And then remember, we also have the true romantic holiday tomorrow.
Free chocolate day.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We are in the throes of discount chocolate eve. I can't wait.
Yeah. And she plays a little beat on her stomach like a drum. Yep. I'm saving myself for tomorrow. And as you walk into the museum, we'll shift over to much later in the evening. It is not packed at Gramps when we find Jack working behind the bar, but there is a few couples here and there. There is a karaoke, a special Valentine's karaoke going on the outside patio. So every time the door opens, like you will hear some snippet of some song. 9 times out of 10, it's being butchered. You're in Wynwood. The drinks are relatively inexpensive, and karaoke brings out the worst in some people. But you'll notice that there's this moment where the door opens and somebody's walking out and they stop. And there is this look like they've just seen something magical. And they just move. They bring their beer up to their chest. They move. They hold the door open. And you'll see this stunningly beautiful woman that you recognize from. She hasn't been around in some time, but you know that every time that she comes around, she has people that she's introduced you to that can get you jobs and whatnot. This is there you are, Jessica Alton, and you see that she's coming in with Benji. When she points in your direction, could you roll your arete if you'd like to counter magic?
I would love to do that.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What tab am I on?
So this is going to be a mind effect.
Okay.
You have mind 2, so roll your arete.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be difficulty presence. We'll say it's difficulty 5.
Okay. And then I'm gonna, because I'm not Maddox, I'm gonna use willpower.
Smart.
Called out.
3 successes.
Nice. Yeah.
Very-
Everyone around her is just enthralled. Jessica is definitely moving through the audience like a knife through butter. And Benji just seems to be like in her wake, just kind of pointing at people. You see him point over at Molly and Marcus and just kind of throw up the horns. And Molly's just like disgusted to the point where Marcus just kind of like takes a step forward and she puts her hand up to him and she just shakes her head. And there's a moment where he's just like, all right. And just kind of looks down and sits down next to her. But Jessica comes over to you. Jack, it has been some time.
It has. Neat trick.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Nothing. Just you seem to gather the room about you.
Oh, I try not to think about how beautiful I am compared to everyone else.
Wow.
Have you met Benji? When he comes over, he extends his hand out to you.
I'm not sure Benji's earned a handshake yet. I say that out loud.
Oh, he looks at his hand. He's like, "All right. I didn't know we had to earn that. That's usually just sure. All right, cool."
Well, when you break rule number 1, yeah, you get on the list.
Rule number 1. Yeah,
Don't
man.
be a douchebag.
I mean, if you could point out where the rules to Gramps are, I will happily not break them anymore.
Oh no, this is retroactive.
Retroactive.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen each other before?
Well,
and she puts her hand on his chest. She's like, "Benji, please. The adults are talking." Jack, Benji here has a food truck that we are trying to get around into more places.
The tots.
You've heard of it. And he just kind of like fist pumps in the background. She goes, there is a food truck festival coming up in April. I would love to have your band. The idea is to set up a stage next to the tots so that people get a show and some food. Obviously, you'll get your attention and some money, and then Benji will get his attention and some money.
Jessica, we've had a good relationship. So
yeah,
when I say this, I say it respectfully. Not to him, to you. It's like, my band is not going to be promoting those poser bougie tots.
And he kind of looks. He's like, there is. Hold up. There's nothing bougie about my tots. All right. Like I don't have caviar or like gold filigree or anything. This is like part of America, like blue collar tots.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not a tot fan? Are you one of these like I don't eat potatoes because the government spikes it with GMOs?
Man, either you have the worst memory ever, or you're just I don't know. You're projecting. I don't know what's going on right now. You know I'm friends with Sylvia, right?
Oh, all right. Now it's clicking. Okay. All right. I did not know that. No, I
Okay. Now that we're caught up,
okay.
I'll save the verbal jabs, but you've hurt my friend. I can't, in good conscience, play for your food truck.
Listen, I'll have you know that I went by the coffee shop today and I left her flowers and an apology. So
That's probably the worst thing you could have done.
women love flowers. Like, how is that terrible?
Jessica, you're a woman, right?
And she's like, of course.
Oh, is every woman cookie cutter?
Ooh. Most are.
Oh,
Some, like myself, are cut differently.
mm-hmm. Of course. Classy lady like yourself.
Of course. So, Jack, you won't help Benji, is what I'm hearing, because Benji has done something Benji is prone to do.
Yes, he treats everyone like they're an NPC waiting for him to show up and give him a quest.
I don't catch the reference.
That's
Jack.
okay. That's fine.
And he kind of leans over. He's like, I know what he's talking about. Don't worry. I'll let you know what that means.
But I thank you for the offer. I don't want this to tarnish our relationship. You've been good with jobs and gigs in the past. But
sure.
Mr. Benji here, no.
Of course. I understand. I was doing a favor for a friend, and Mr. Scott is hard to swallow, I will admit, and he just kind of like holds his arms out like, what the fuck? I'm right here. And she goes, Benji, please, the adults are still talking. So Jack, I understand completely. And I will now in the future not bring Benji around to you anymore.
Thank you. Of
course.
See, this is how adults handle a discussion.
Exactly. I value your ability to produce music. I don't value his ability to be, what's the word you use? And she kind of looks at me. He's like, I use a lot of words, baby. And
douchebag.
And she points at you. She's like, that's a good one. Yes, you are a douchebag. And he's like, fuck this. I'm out. And he grabs a cigarette from his pocket and goes outside. And she reaches out her hand to you.
I'll shake.
It's warm. And she goes, please don't let him ruin what we've established.
No. Like I said, you've helped us out with gigs when we needed some. We're good.
I appreciate you, Jack.
Can I get you something before you go?
No. I was here for him and for my other friend. If I hear anything else, I'll make sure to stop by again.
I'd appreciate that.
And she looks down at her watch. She's like, are you closing tonight or are you getting off anytime?
I am, but I have some time set aside with my girlfriend.
Oh, a girlfriend. I have been out of the loop for some time.
It's either very recent or been happening for months. I'm not sure which.
Another of those not so cookie cutter girls, I see.
That is far more accurate than you realize.
Okay. Noted. Business from here on in, then.
Thank you.
Of course.
This has been pleasant, actually.
Yeah. I've never had a bad interaction with you until I brought this young man around. So,
Boy.
man is generous. You are correct. And she knocks on the bar. She smiles and she turns and she just kind of points at a dude that's by himself. And she just kind of gives him the finger to come over to her. And he happily goes over to her. As she opens the door, though, to go outside, you will see that there are flashing red and blues, and Benji is being arrested.
Oops.
Oops.
I mean, it won't stick, but
Jack just shrugs and goes back to tending the bar.
Yeah.
That's a real shame.
Actually, he'll get a drink. He's going to make a dark and stormy for Molly, and a beer for Marcus.
Okay. So another Wednesday goes by in the books, and we jump to Friday. Scott, right? Yes, Scott has given Sylvia the name of a fantastic therapist since she's making rounds to improve her mental well-being. And you are sent to meet a Dr. Herenia Beatriz Castillo. Dr. Castillo, unbeknownst to Scott, is actually an awakened. She's a Cult of Ecstasy member.
All right.
What is the song that sticks out to you in Jack's playlist as he's driving you to this
Let me pull up the
to this
playlist.
appointment?
Star in a Dark Sky.
All right. And are you two talking on the way to the appointment?
Sure. She can read people. So she looks at Jack and is like, you look like you want to tell me something.
Jack got arrested. I mean, not Jack. Benji got arrested.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Oh, the other night he showed up with a lady, Jessica. Do I know what she is, or a suspicion, a hunch?
You probably have a suspicion, because every time that she comes around, you do have to kind of
Protect myself.
fight off something.
Yeah, I think she's one of the Renault types.
The fuck, man?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if the Benji Renault connection goes deeper than we're suspecting. But anyways, yeah, he showed up. He wanted me to. They were doing a food truck show, and he wanted me to, in the band, to play at his food truck. Which I told him to fuck off. He didn't know we were friends, so which
Well,
was
of course he
colossal.
didn't, because it's not like he would pay attention to anything beyond the
Other
end
than
of his
himself.
nose.
Right. But yeah, and then he stormed off after he finally had enough of the both of us, and went outside for a smoke. And then when Jessica left, the police were there and picking him up. So yeah.
Awesome.
All in all, a good night.
So he didn't get, a cool band to promote his fucking tater tots. And he got arrested. So he had the day he deserved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. It needs a few more.
Because definitely that morning he brought fucking pink roses and a generic fucking store card.
Oh, yeah.
With a
he
fucking
mentioned that.
sad clown on the front and a sorry inside, and that was it.
That tracks, because he seemed to think that all women like flowers and cards, and that would have solved everything. So
Yeah. My buddy Scott, love him. He's fantastic. He literally, before I even came out of the bathroom, he literally had them in the garbage.
Good man. Good man.
But unfortunately, someone else who is much more interesting and decent saw Benji giving the flowers and card to Scott and them smiling.
Yep.
And left an amazing card in the trash outside.
Fortunately, that's the lot of good guys, unfortunately. Damn. Poor bastard.
I'm going to this appointment because I think I'm losing my grip.
Okay. Good. Hey, you know it, and you're doing something about it. That's huge.
Because I wanted, after I realized what had happened, to give Benji. I didn't want to hurt him. It's not my way. I just wanted him to get what he gave.
Karma. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
That's fair.
He's an asshole and he projects that shit everywhere. And he deserves to get some of it back.
Absolutely. He just treats everyone like they're just waiting around for him to show up.
I didn't cast anything.
Oh. But
something else did.
Jack thinks for a second, but you felt it strongly enough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how our shit works. I mean, I have an idea, but
I'm just wondering what I did. I can't think of anything that I've done. Maybe it was, some folks believe we have past lives and stuff, and maybe I did something in a past life that I deserve to be kicked around and shit on constantly.
Valid, but that sounds like a whole lot of bullshit to me.
I don't know.
You're you. Whatever happened in the past, and it happened to someone else.
Yeah. It would just be nice if I'd quit getting kicked around and fucking shit on.
That's fair. That's fair. Shit. Wish I could help more. Sounds like you're going through it.
It's okay. You are helping. This is scary as shit.
Yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah. I act oblivious because it's easier than dealing with shit sometimes, but I'm usually pretty perceptive about it.
I appreciate it, Jack. Truly.
You got it.
Molly's got herself a good boyfriend, and if she ever hurts you, I will ruin her fucking day.
Trying to figure out why she has a bodyguard.
I'm not totally certain he's actually her bodyguard.
Oh.
I think she might be his.
Yeah, she's scary.
She's awesome.
Man, I didn't think of that. Oh man, that's a whole different paradigm.
How many times has she stopped him from doing something?
She stopped him from picking up Benji and throwing him out of the bar.
See? I'm telling you, it may not be that he's her bodyguard.
Oh. Well, I mean, I do understand needing constant supervision. So.
I mean, let's be fair. Marcus is a himbo. He's going to
is.
need some direction, okay?
He totally is.
He's a sweet himbo, but he's a
Yes,
himbo.
yes. It's always funny seeing them seeing them as they are, and like he just doesn't fit anywhere at all.
But he doesn't care.
No, doesn't care. He just stooped over because the ceiling's too low. But yeah, anyways, about you. Hopefully, this guy can help you. Or is it a guy or a lady?
It's actually a woman.
Oh, well, I hope she can help
She's
you.
actually an ecstatic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, I might have said that too enthusiastically.
It should be interesting.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's funny because my friend Scott gave me her number. He's used her. And of course, he's not one of us and he doesn't know. So.
Jeez, it must be a wild therapy session for those people, for regulars.
Yeah.
Huh. Damn.
It's a 2-story building that you arrive at. The parking lot is a donut around the building itself. Looks like a cube. Down here, a lot of the offices are kind of cubed as a deterrence against hurricanes. You're not really allowed to get too fancy. But inside, you'll see the directory, and she's on the second floor. And as you come inside to the waiting area, you'll see that Jude and Eden are already there.
Surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Got my hand behind my back. Hey.
Hey.
And I will pull out both a card and a bouquet myself of pitch black Siberian irises.
Oh my gosh. Thank
For
you.
you.
Thank
We're
you.
here for you, Sel. And the card, opening it up, it has burning fire at the bottom with a sort of like tiny chibi bunny throwing clothes and all manner of things into the pile. And it just says, we'll burn it down together.
Sylvia will close the card and hold it in her hand with her cane, and she'll actually wrap an arm around Eden to hug her. Says, thank you.
Of course. It's not the end of it, though. I got one more thing. But you'll have to get it after the session.
Okay. Thank you, Jude, also for being here.
Conversely, Jude did glance up when Sylvia and Jack entered the building, but he is currently on his laptop, his phone, and a Switch device at the exact same time. Like he seems to be trading between the three of them, barely focusing on what's going on. He does manage to dig into a pocket and hold out a folded piece of paper for Sylvia.
She takes it and reads it.
And she opens it up to find a decently photoshopped brain with a bunch of chains and a big padlock over it. And it just says, lock that shit in. You got this. But he didn't say any of it because he's too busy utilizing his concentration merit.
She actually laughs and says, that's perfect.
You think there's a nod, but it could just be a head bob from when he dies in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
She's probably thinking, he probably hears me in one ear and is totally fucking brain going in the other.
Yes, he does have the concentration merit. You're right.
Yeah.
He's working on something.
He's always working on something.
Yeah.
And as Sylvia opens the door, whether by happenstance or just sheer coincidence, the little musical cue of finding treasure in Legend of Zelda will play out loud. And you'll see Dr. Castillo get up from behind her desk, and she goes, Sylvia.
Yes, Dr. Castillo.
Please come in.
Thank you. And she'll close the door behind her. And first of all, say, thank you so much for working me in so quickly.
Of course. I know that Scott recommended you. he doesn't know about us.
No, he doesn't. He's one of my closest friends.
Good. And are you opposed, not immediately, but towards the end, of more intimate, more avatar-led sessions?
Let's take it a step at a time and see where it goes.
Of course, I don't want you to dive into the deep end of any kind of therapy.
I already deal with nightmares. Let's not make them worse, okay? So
I don't want to give you any hope, but I do know that having worked with others with nightmares, sometimes allowing yourself to stare into your avatar helps. And I'm not pushing for that, but I do want you to know that at some point that might help.
I appreciate it.
And you'll go through 45 minutes with her, and at the end of it, she's sitting across from you, and she opens a little drawer on her coffee table, and she pulls out this 50, 60 page little moleskin soft cover and hands it to you. She's like, so I want you, if you want to continue with this, even if you don't come back, I want you to take this, and until you run out of pages, I want you to answer 3 questions every day. And before we get into the questions, I want to play a little game with you that I normally do as an icebreaker or whenever I first meet somebody.
All right.
All right. It's called High-Low Buffalo. Have you ever played it before?
No, I have not.
Okay. So the way High-Low Buffalo works is we share a high, a low, and a buffalo. The high is something that we want, something good in our lives. The low is something that detracts from us, that keeps us from getting to where we want to go. And the buffalo is just something strange or exotic or just interesting that really helps us cope. Do you want to go first?
I think I'd like for you to lead in this.
Okay. So my high is having met a non-tradition mage that doesn't think the traditions are garbage. She smiles at that. My low is that I can see that there is a lot of work to do, but it isn't detrimental to your growth. And my buffalo is going to be finding out who that young man is. And she points straight at Nate.
All right. Well, my high is coming to this city knowing no one, but seeing so many that are working towards healing it. My low is that I'm terrified. My buffalo will be when I can actually reach through and give that guy a hug.
A good buffalo. So, using high-low buffalo as an everyday thing with yourself, I think would be good to take the journal and every day ask yourself what was good about today? What did you enjoy about today? And then by contrast, what was bad about today? What did you not like about today? And then, a little blurb about how you feel overall about that day. And you do that every day, if you can. It's going to be hard at first. Although I think you have a cheat code, being that you are a writer yourself. So this, think of it as an exercise to kind of loosen the muscle before you get to writing whatever you want to write for the day.
All right. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Can I book with you for next week?
Sure, if you want to do a weekly thing.
At least for a little while, I think.
Okay.
A check-in, as it were.
Yeah, and she goes over to the desk and she opens her ledger and you see that she flips to next week and she goes, pick any open spot that I have.
And Sylvia will pick Friday. She doesn't work on Fridays.
Mhm.
Yep. And it'll be probably a morning session because she's used to getting up early.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she sees you write your name down on the 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, okay, so I will have coffee ready for both of us. Unless you like
Excellent.
tea.
I like either. You pick.
We'll see how I'm feeling when I wake up then.
There you go.
And
Thank you so much, Dr. Castillo.
Of course.
And I will pay for the session.
And as you're paying, she does kind of look at you. She's like, okay, so I'm Hispanic. And given what you've been through, I am inclined to treat you as we treat each other. But I know that some people don't take kindly to having their space invaded. So if you will allow a hug, we can hug. Otherwise, I will shake your hand now.
I'm a hugger.
She hugs you.
She'll hug her back.
And while this is going on, outside in the waiting room, what is the 80s song that currently comes on when Jude comes up out of a little kind of frenzy of switching machines?
Fuck. Problem is, all music blends in the player's head, so I don't quite know if what I'm thinking of is actually from the 80s or not.
Do it.
Fuck, I can't even know if this is the right title anymore because my brain is second guessing itself. It's like Karma Chameleon or something like that.
Yeah, Boy George, Karma Chameleon.
And it's probably just getting to the red, gold, and green as Jude comes to a bit more.
Yeah. Have Jack and Eden been talking about anything?
So Jack sat down for 2 seconds, was immediately impatient, and got back up.
I totally see him pacing.
He's actually not pacing. You remember that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron goes to the Halloween party and is immediately bored and goes around fixing everything? Jack is walking around moving chairs and seeing if they're off, and he's just starting to fix everything and probably getting yelled at by a secretary.
There's no secretary.
Oh, okay. Then Jack just keeps working.
Yeah.
He'll talk if you want to talk to him, but he's running around.
Idle hands are the devil's work, huh?
You don't know half of it, sister.
You're telling me, and Jude will crack his knuckles, finally coming out of his academic stupor.
Now look who's back.
Welcome to the land of the living.
Yeah, I need a break. Are my eyes square yet?
Not quite.
The bulk of your work has been dealing with emails you've gotten from Gator. The recipient has been bothering him again.
And then I'm also reinforcing my own defenses and stuff on that front because fuck getting caught off guard by that shit.
There are 8 emails in total this time around. The first 3, all the email fields are blank. There's nothing written in black ink and any colored ink except white. The first 3 chronologically are just single letters. First one being a J, and the next two being A's.
Jude will log the information and then do his best to delete and even destroy the trail that got the emails to him.
Okay.
Best he can.
The fourth email is JAA, and then it has an address, 4545 Inquisitive Valley Drive, Roanoke, Virginia.
Interesting. Gonna save that address for later.
The next one is JAA 463 Scour Terrace, Portland, Oregon.
What the fuck? Jude will absolutely say out loud.
The
What,
next one
you
is
find something?
Maybe. And save that information too.
next one is JAA 475 Northwest 19th Street, Miami, Florida. That's your address. The next one is JAA 4899 Ferret River Lane, Silver Bay, Minnesota. And the last one is JAA 49100 Explorer Road, North, Odessa, Texas.
If I pull these addresses up on a map, do they have any sort of odd connection in a geographic sense that I'm missing? Do they form a pentagon or some shit?
They don't. They're wildly different in where they are plotted, especially because yours is so far down south. It skews any kind of symbolism that the others would make. Like, not counting yours, the others make a cross. Very easily, there's an X that can be seen from the four addresses.
Is there something in the center?
There is, in fact. It is a city in Kansas, I believe.
Yeah. Jude's gonna notate and take down all of this. And then also, honestly, just set up Gator a new email at this point because God fucking damn it.
Yep.
Make sure it has more security than his shitty Gmail, whatever the fuck.
Sorry, not Kansas. It's in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh. That's also arbitrary. What the fuck? So yeah, you all watch as Jude went from cracking knuckles and being a bit more relaxed to immediately back to tense and focusing, and now he seems upset on top of everything else.
What's wrong? Really running the gamut there.
Seriously. Relax. We're chilling right now.
Yeah, this is a therapy office.
Uh-huh.
Something upset you, or?
There's too many things that are conveniently lining up, and I'm really starting to dislike the coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
You talking more?
No such thing.
Like technocracy shit? Like, what are we thinking here?
It's definitely technology. I don't know if it's technocracy, but
it's a pretty good chance.
Okay, my buddy Gator, he needs a Florida Man article written about him, but he just hasn't yet. We've been trying. It's just people somehow can't figure out that he's the one doing this crazy shit. But someone's been harassing him through email.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I've been setting up and all that shit, but the emails that I keep coming through are encoded. So I get through the weeds, dig up the dirt, and I keep getting these addresses.
Okay.
One of them's mine.
So not their physical addresses. They're not IP addresses that you're resolving back to.
No. Home addresses.
Home addresses. Okay.
Every time I've tried to trace back on the email that keeps sending this shit, I don't get an IP address.
Okay. So then, I know you just found it out, but have you looked up those addresses yet?
I have sort of.
Okay.
I have a map open right here, and he just turns the laptop to show Jack. Easier than because Jack will understand it.
Yep.
Even he's less sure on her technological expertise.
So you have like one up here.
Those
one
words
here,
made
one
some
here.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's Virginia is the East Coast. Oregon is the Pacific Northwest. Minnesota is fucking the heartland. And then there's Texas, which is completely in the South.
Huh.
So there is almost like a address in each of the cardinal directions. The only one that throws it off is Jude's.
That's weird. Not sure what to make of it personally. I don't know a lot of this technological shit. So.
And what's the center?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
You know, I always forget that Nebraska's a state.
Most people do.
Is there some relevance to Lincoln, Nebraska? Or the initials LN?
Okay, so what if you factor in the center if you factor in Miami too?
Then it skews it. All the points will line up somewhere in Georgia, it looks like. Mississippi. Maybe the border.
Jack, I usually don't like doing this, but do you think I could maybe bring in a project assistant and he just straight up like gestures towards you for it when he says that?
Sure.
Because everyone in my tradition's dealing with their own projects right now. But I do still need some tech help with this.
You got it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
The door will open and you'll see Sylvia come out with Dr. Castillo.
And Jude will start locking up his Nest and undoing plugs and sign out of Wi-Fi and internet connection and all that stuff.
And she smiles as she looks at you, kind of putting everything away. Like, all right, so I know which one of your cabal is the virtual adept.
I mean, it would have been obvious anyways, wouldn't it?
All your chairs are fixed.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's very hermetic of you.
Actually, he's an ether, right?
Wait, is that?
Oh.
That might have been an underhanded insult there.
Yeah. And she gives you her card. She's like, if you ever need help with that.
Wait, did she say if you ever need help with being an etherite?
That can mean a lot of things.
God, this ecstatic is really fucking presumptuous. God damn.
No. I have amazing friends. That's another high for me.
Yeah.
Sylvia will walk. Say, okay, guys, I'm done.
Jude will also hand Sylvia a smaller, this one looks like it's a sticky note that he folded up.
Okay. She'll read it.
And it just says, when's the lobotomy?
On the 6th Tuesday of the month.
All right, I'll schedule it on the calendar. Oh, sorry, you're unfixable. We have to amputate. Damn.
Damn.
Oh, well.
That's a shame.
And she doesn't drink, so he can't even do the. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me, you know?
Come on, guys. We'll have lunch at my place.
Ooh, wondrous. Let me just talk to Miss Castillo real quick for just a sec. I'll meet you out by the car.
Sure.
Yeah, I need a smoke anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Meet you out there.
I'll once they're starting to head out. Doctor, can I speak to you for just a quick second?
Sure. Is this a doorway conversation or is this an inside conversation?
It's a doorway conversation.
Okay, so I don't need to charge you. Perfect.
Exactly. Well, she'll sort of pull her aside. So I expect that Sylvia is probably going to be coming back, and I'd like for all of her future sessions, if you don't mind, could you? And I'll hand her my card info. I'm going to be paying for those. Okay.
Oh,
So
Okay.
whenever she has a session, just charge this card and we'll be good to go. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
And
much.
yeah,
I
she goes
appreciate it.
inside and she takes an old fashioned like credit card machine that you have to like slide the information down. And she's like, "Oh, I'll keep this on file then for her."
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's rare to see somebody who cares that much about their friend.
Got to make sure she's right. She's a KoFi worker. I'm salaried. I got the fucking money. We're doing it.
Okay. Well, I've never seen anyone refer to their main job as "I'm salaried," and she hands you a card for herself. So if you ever feel like you need it,
Thank you. It's seriously appreciated.
yeah.
And then I will follow down to the car.
Okay.
As Eden steps outside, Jude hands her an already lit cigarette as he's smoking his own. It's one of his because he can't get into your car, but
That's how Sylvia knows those two actually fucking love her. They went without cigarettes for 45 fucking minutes.
That is true.
Jude had a data bank that he was focusing on. No cigarettes needed.
Yeah. And as you guys take off for the Pink Palace, I think this is a good point to call a break.
Absolutely. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Enjoy, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. In the first half, we got to see a little snippet of what Valentine's Day looks like for everybody. We got to see some karmic justice being dealt to one Benji Scott. And then we got to see a little bit of a therapy session and the cabal kind of coming together for everybody to see just how tight-knit they are. And as we went to break, we were all heading towards the Pink Palace where Sylvia's grandmother is being taken care of. What song is playing on Jack's playlist?
Let's see. So Sylvia's in the car with me, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's just, this is a popular one too. The Last Beat of My Heart. Susie and the Banshees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you arrive at the Pink Palace, which is a 5-minute drive from where Dr. Estia's office is, what does this mansion look like?
It is a mansion.
Also, it's funny that Sylvia said, "I hate pink" earlier.
And this is very pink. It is a colonial style mansion built in the 1920s. It was built during the development of the Coral Gables villages that were all inspired by different architecture from around the world. This was one of the first homes built. And it is thoroughly landscaped. It is very immaculate. I mean, but it is also very pink. But the trim and shutters are black.
Another quick out of character comment. Pink and black is a fucking awesome combo.
Yes, it is. But literally, it's a large yard. There's a, 3-car detached garage that has a breezeway leading to the house. There is also a privacy fenced backyard behind the house, and there are balconies and stuff around the house. It's a gorgeous house.
And you'll see your grandmother's caretaker at the door, just kind of happy to see you.
Mm-hmm. And we'll go in and I'll say, "Oh, good. I know Rose is making something amazing." And and we'll go in.
There's a little kind of Florida room. And is your grandmother wheelchair bound or is she mobile?
She is wheelchair bound at this point.
Okay. So she's been wheeled out and she's kind of been pointed at the window. But she will look in your direction and she hears the noise and she smiles. What does your grandmother look like to everybody?
It's funny. But as they walk through the house, they see family portraits. And the ones they see show Sylvia with her family, with her parents and her brothers, all brothers, literally all brothers and her. And her mom's a redhead. She's a redhead. And as we go through and we see some photos of Sylvia's grandparents to a younger wedding photo of her grandparents, her grandmother was also a redhead, and all three women look an awful lot alike. It's almost uncanny. And so this woman, she is in her early 80s. She looks aged. Stark white hair. Close cropped because it's easier to wash and care for now. And she's got striking green eyes, like Sylvia, that still have a twinkle to them. And she has a warm smile. On good days, she remembers who Sylvia is. On the bad days, she thinks Sylvia is her mother.
Today's a good day. And she reaches out her hand and she kind of motions for you to come close.
And Sylvia will approach and take her hand.
And she smiles as she kind of grabs your hand in one hand and then pats the back of it with her other.
Grandma,
You doing all right?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Are you doing okay?
You look lighter.
I am a little.
Yeah, you were so heavy today.
I am a little. Got to have a good talk and spend a little time with my friends. Would you like to meet them?
Sure.
And hang on just a second. I want to make sure I do the right thing.
Yeah.
Eden Whitlock, I'd like to introduce you to my grandmother, Daphne Radcliffe.
I'll hold out my hand for hers.
She takes it. She smiles at you. Eden, that's a nice name.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Radcliffe.
Jude Astor, I'd like for you to meet Miss Daphne Radcliffe.
Jude seems the most stoic and put together any of you have ever seen him. As he extends his hand, it's not cold, it's just incredibly polite. And wonderful to meet you. Thank you for having us for any moment.
She smiles up at you and she kind of pats the back of your hand 3 times. She's like, "You can relax, dear. It's not a firing squad."
Oh, it's not a matter of relax, ma'am. It's a matter of respect.
Appreciate you either way.
And Jack Turner, meet Miss Daphne Radcliffe.
Oh, hey, Grandma. He walks over,
Yeah,
shakes her hand.
And that Jude deflates a bit, like, all right, fucking fine.
Yeah. And she has a big old smile when you say that, and she just kind of grabs your hand really tightly.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Jack will lean in and give her a peck on the cheek.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Look at that, Grandma. You're still getting the smooches.
I still got it.
You still got it. And I look and I say, is Rosa making something delicious for lunch?
Chicken is what she said.
Ooh, I know what that means. That's your favorite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I never know how to say it, but
that's okay.
It's good. It's good. Will all of you be joining us? And she kind of looks up at everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
The day I turn down free food is the day I've been replaced by something. So yeah, I'll happily take it.
That's a yes.
Okay.
And it's a lovely day. I think we'll have lunch out on the patio.
Very nice. I like it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go check on Rosa to see if she needs any help.
Okay. I'll be here with your friends.
Okay. And she looks around and says, please do make yourselves comfortable. And in the Florida room, there's lots of comfortable seating and stuff like that. So this place is well appointed, well furnished. You can tell this is a moneyed family.
Is this a case of like she's to the point where she needs to have a lot of amenities in like the same floor? Like, does she have the bed in the living room and stuff like that? Or does she have...
No, she's still basically her suite is on the main floor. So she can still use her own bed and things like that. At this point, though, we do keep doors locked because she's prone to wandering. So the dementia is progressing with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking to see if it was like bedridden. And
she's not completely
support,
completely invalid at this point, but she is declining. Mm-hmm.
I think Sylvia would be the only one who would have noticed it out of the corner of her eye for a second, just because it's her place, so she gets the vibes a bit better. But Jude seems uncomfortable from the wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Like something about just how rich this place is not sitting well with him. It doesn't seem like a judgment, just a discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
And the second that Sylvia is out of earshot, she leans towards all of you conspiratorially.
Mm-hmm.
Who has candy?
Actually, hang on, I might. And he'll start digging through his messenger bag.
My hero.
I got some sweet tarts.
What are those?
They're like little circlets of sugar, basically. They're real good.
Oh, okay, I'll try one.
Yeah. I'll pop one of them from the little sleeve I've got of them. Here you go.
Yeah, and she cups her hand out, and it's a little shaky, but she pops it in like a pill.
Oh, I got you.
And you see her moving it around inside of her mouth with her tongue.
I'll do the same.
So Jack, who has his guitar with him, he's just going to sit back. He's going to look at Grandma for a sec, and he's going to start playing She Moves in Her Own Way by the Kooks.
Okay. And she closes her eyes and starts vibing with you. And you...
As Sylvia hears this, as she's heading to the kitchen, she's so happy because her grandmother loves music.
And then Jude will pull out a handful of the puffy diner mints, not the hard candies one, but the ones that dissolve if you have any liquid on them whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he'll just leave them all set and like next to her on the table so she can pick and choose as needed.
Okay.
No, I still had some.
And she is bobbing, shimmying a little bit. And there's a moment where her eyes are closed, her head is tilted back, there's a smile on her face. And there's a voice that sounds almost 3 octaves lower. The dragon is loose. And then she starts to shimmy again.
Did it originate from her, or
Yeah.
did she just have...
Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvia hasn't told you all that her family, the women tend to be mediums.
I was about to say.
And she looks at
so
Jack.
we just got that.
What song is that? Sounds familiar.
She Moves in Her Own Way by the Kooks.
Ooh. Kooks. Such a funny name.
It is.
Easy to remember.
Kooks. She kind of laughs to herself like it's a joke only she gets. Inside the kitchen, you will see that Rosa is setting the different plates aside. The broth smells fantastic.
Yeah.
Please
tell the audience what she's making.
It is, in Spanish, it's called pollo guisado.
Yes.
Which is a traditional dish. It's more Puerto Rican than Cuban, but it's
also Dominican.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is much more from the other islands than Cuba, even though Cubans will say it's theirs. but it is a very hearty chicken soup. But instead of chicken stock, it is this menudo. And there's carrots normally and potatoes and olives, I think is the English version of it, because I only know them as I say aceituna, which I hate. But I will gladly flick them off the table to eat a pollo guisado.
So good over rice. Oh,
yes.
Making me hungry over here, GM.
Has to happen every session, right?
Yeah.
But you see that she has almost restaurant style.
Oh, awesome.
Those little kind of dome of rice on little plates. And then there's bowls of the guisado itself.
Do you need any help, Rosa?
No, I'm good. I just I'm trying to cook and deal with my brother. He is having he is very sensitive.
Your brother?
But no, go outside. I'll be right out there.
Who's your brother?
No, I haven't shown you. And she pulls her phone out, and you see there's a bunch of messages. But she quickly scrolls up to her phone, her photo app, and you will notice that she does have the Blink app on her phone. And she goes through the photos, and you'll see that some of them are of her and your grandmother. Some of them are her at the gym. And then she cycles to a picture of her and Isaac.
Isaac is your brother.
Out of uniform. Yeah. And you know Ike?
Yeah, he stops by the coffee shop.
Oh.
I'm gonna read her with my, perception that's intuitive.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Let's have you roll perception and empathy.
All right.
Small world, huh?
Small world.
Okay, let me do empathy and perception. I will use the intuitive, and I will use a willpower. Is the difficulty 6, or is it something else?
No, it's 6. It's 6. She's not good about hiding it. 4 successes.
4 successes.
Very nice. She is playing coy. She knows exactly where he goes, and yeah, you assume, given her body language, that she's the reason he goes. Because there's other coffee shops on the way from Doctor's Hospital to the Pink Palace.
Yeah, there is. And literally, Sylvia just kind of gives a crooked smile for a second there and says, "Oh, you're cunning, aren't you?" And she will take from her bag that she still has on her, because she hasn't set it down yet, the card and say, "He left me this.
Oh.
But he threw it in the trash because he saw something that he misinterpreted."
He does that. He has incredibly bad timing.
Text him, tell him Sylvia says Benji doesn't have a hope in hell.
Oh. This sounds like Chisme, and she pulls a chair out. And she slides the chair opposite of her with her foot. Who is Benji?
Benji's an asshole.
Okay, yes, I got that.
Benji Scott. You might have heard some things he's done. He's an asshole.
But he's an asshole. Okay.
And I have no interest in him whatsoever.
And she grabs her phone and she just puts her thumb on it to do a voice memo. Ike, Sylvia says that Benji's an asshole, and he has no chance in hell. Okay, call me.
So clear cut.
And then she will take the card out of the envelope and show his sister exactly what he gave Sylvia.
Ooh. That I did not tell him to do.
And because nobody told him to do it, it impresses me all the more.
He was always a very quiet child. He never acted up. He never did anything crazy. But he was always reading, always drawing. He wanted to be very American. So he's very different from the rest of the family.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. He's my brother. I love him.
And you put him in my path.
I put him on a path to get good coffee. Whether you were on that
You
path,
are so full of it, Rosa. She's laughing. There are so many coffee places he could have stopped at.
And maybe he could have gotten Scott's number instead, but I don't know what he likes. So, but I'm glad it's you.
Thank you, Rosa.
Yeah.
Well, since you don't need my help, I'll get out of your kitchen.
Okay.
And she will get up off the seat and go back out and actually put her purse away this time with the card and come back out to the Florida room with everyone waiting for the food to get served.
Eden will meet her about halfway back. Hey, did you know your grandma's an oracle?
Oh, no, she's a medium too.
Oh, okay.
All the redheaded women in my family are.
Damn, that was wild because she said something about like she's not like us. Not completely, I don't think. But she knows something she knows about is the dragon. She said the dragon is loose. So that was interesting.
That is interesting. She says interesting things from time to time.
Yeah, I like her.
And she's shimmying in her wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Just vibing to the music. But as you go outside, you'll see that 5 places have been set. 4 chairs. The head of the table is obviously has no chair for
Daphne.
For Daphne, and you will see that each of you has a little plate, maybe about 6 inches in diameter, of just this mound of white rice. It looks like the shape is very similar to one that Jack and Jude know very intimately, which is a cafecito mug. But they are 5 plates of rice, 5 bowls of guisado. It smells fantastic.
It smells like comfort in a bowl.
Yep. The chicken has been shredded just to make it easier for Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, the carrots, the potatoes, the olives, they're all incredibly soft on the palate. The menudo is divine. There's hints of pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a nice breeze.
Yeah, it's like 82 degrees and it's perfect. In February.
Yeah.
That's Florida.
Yeah.
That's as hot as it's going to get right now.
Yeah.
So there's probably a cold front coming.
Yeah.
100%.
It's weird. All of you have Prime, and you'll all sense the echo of something. There's an effect being used somewhere, but it feels simultaneously close and far away.
Sylvia's going to take a look at her grandmother.
She's humming. the song that Jack was playing.
I haven't done this yet because I've been worried what I might find.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to probe her a little bit, see what I find.
You reach out, trying to sense anything,
hmm
and you're not sure if it's the dementia or the old age, but there's fragments. There's something that feels like it might have been, but it never was.
Mm.
And then you hear Jack's guitar playing. All of you hear Jack's guitar playing. Kooks, she says as she laughs to herself again.
Grandma, did you like the music?
I did.
Yeah. Wanted to
Liked it
hear it
very much.
again?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Storyteller.
Yeah.
While everyone's distracted, Jude's going to do the usual adept thing and take his phone out onto the table.
Mhm.
And with a mixture of prime and correspondence, he'd like to see if he can figure out what the disparity is between close and far at the same time.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
And
that's a good
correspondence
use.
is my specialty. So all I'm doing is taking the distance of energy and then converting it into something I can actually notice.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll correspondence 1, prime 1.
Okay.
Technically, there are no sleepers here since Rosa's not around.
Technically.
Technically.
Would this be
Technically.
through cast or just straight arete?
Cast.
Okay.
Because that way you have the option of adding willpower or quintessence to the roll. You know, should you feel like not playing your usual risky business?
Jude is, after a certain backlash, being a bit more cautious with this stuff.
Oh,
Well, that's crazy.
He's even gonna use a point of willpower.
You
Wow.
learned your lesson?
And there are witnesses technically, but I'm not being vulgar about it.
There are no witnesses technically.
My quintessence goes to my familiar, so I'm not going to do any of that. Difficulty?
Should give you a difficulty automatically.
Says 4.
Yep.
Well, okay then.
You got one.
1 success. That's not nothing.
Yeah. Difficulty 4 and you roll 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It's almost like the universe hates me or something.
Almost. That's terrible. It's weird because you can sense everybody's energy at the table. You can sense where Jack is, you can sense where Eden is, you can sense where Sylvia is. But there is somebody else at the table. And simultaneously, they are somewhere not on this plane of existence.
Does this seem like it's leaning into a sphere that I don't have? That starts with a capital S by chance?
No.
Oh.
No, this is something you've never felt before.
Not even around Sylvia with the ghosts.
Yeah. It's almost troubling.
Jude's from a tradition that practices remote viewing rather consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel like it's in the same vibe of someone watching while being somewhere else?
Adjacent.
Okay.
It's in the neighborhood, but it's not that.
Jude won't say anything for now, but he's definitely going to make a note and warn everyone before like things get too like spread out again for us. but he won't bring any attention to it while they're eating and all that.
Yep.
Sylvia will actually get up once the lunch is finished and wheel her grandmother back into the house, and she'll kind of motion to everyone to stay put because she'll come back out so that they can talk without her grandmother being there. And she'll pass off care of her grandmother to Rosa. And she says, "Don't worry, my friends and I will bring in the dishes. It's fine."
Yeah, are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was delicious. Thank you.
Oh, I'm good.
And Sylvia will head back out and sit down.
So,
Yeah. You all felt that too, right?
Yeah. What was that?
it was a lot. What did you guys notice first before I share my bit?
I think my grandmother has a shattered avatar inside of her.
That might be.
And somehow heavier than what I discovered. Fair enough.
Can I reach out with Prime and Life to try and pull something out of this feeling?
What are you trying to get?
The shattered avatar thing is an idea. Feel the essence of it, the feeling, the life, the energy that might sustain something like that, or pull or push on the life force of something like that. Something tangible.
It would be rough with life. The low-hanging fruit is mind and Prime for that. You said that Eden doesn't
Is
have
mind
though.
one enough of that?
I don't have mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine
then
one's-
I will try. And I'd be looking at Eden like, what are you trying to do?
There's, yeah, I can't grasp it. There's something wrong. Something
All right,
different.
Then let me try something. And
Yeah.
she'll take out she'll go inside real quick, grab something, come back out, and what she has is an old family Bible. And she flips through pages, and what you see is that the pages have been replaced in this Bible after you get past the family lineage into what looks like spells. And she is flipping through pages, and she looks for something, and she sees it, and she's like, I think this will do it. And she's going to use Mind and Prime to see what she can do.
Okay.
Is there any way I can like assist?
And is it Prime 2 or Prime 1?
Prime 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Prime 1, mine 1.
And you're going to assist Eden?
I'd like to, yeah, if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, without mind, it's going to be rough.
Okay. Like, Jack will jump in.
Yeah.
He has mine too. He can assist.
Okay.
Like, because of Eden's cult, when she needs help, it's easy for others to hop in.
Gotcha.
When you want to help others, though, you need those spheres.
Yeah.
You gotta join my cult, Sil.
No. I'm not joining your weird cult.
It's cool though.
God, what a fucking thing to say to a girl.
It's a
Come on.
regular cult.
Yeah, we have T-shirts.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so does that do anything? Does it? Because since I've cast these before, I already have a difficulty of 4.
Yeah. There's strange situation. Like, it doesn't help that her mind is already broken.
Right.
There's
I did get
islands.
2 successes.
Yeah. There's islands of memories that are hers, but there's also memories that are her mother's, that are her grandmother's. There are memories that are yours in her little Galapagos of fractured mind. And you can hear what sounds like a disjointed choir. Just, it sounds like instead of voices, there's guitar strings being strummed. it's odd because you can feel that something's pushing against you.
I'll push harder. Can I spend a quintessence to push harder?
Yeah, I'll say you can.
Okay. I will do so.
Everyone will feel, obviously, that Sylvia is doing an effect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is potent shit.
Yeah, and then you'll feel that extra push on the Tellurian. And there are memories that aren't anyone's. These are odd. There's this vast green sea of grass. There's a mountain. There's no sign of civilization anywhere. There's this haunting bellow. There's suddenly the sensation of stepping through marshlands. And then something slithers by your foot. And then something else by the other foot. It's almost like something is running away from something behind you. And there's a push against you again.
Sylvia will just say, is something behind me?
Oh,
No.
nope. It might
And I'm
be
just
her
going to say
fighting
out
back.
loud, if you are fucking with my grandmother's head, I will fuck you up. And she's going to push even harder.
Okay. So another quintessence point
Yep.
to push. And the mountain shakes. A volcano erupts. The sky turns black and ashen. You see skeletons bubbling up to the surface. Titans of ancient worlds. Dinosaurs. Creatures that should not exist. Bygones of a different age. There's this almost manticore shaped creature that comes up out of the bones. Its skin is decayed, flayed. Its wings droop to either side of it. Its lion's mane is scattered, torn, dreaded. The scorpion tail, flaccid. And
I'd like to use entropy while I'm doing this to get a sense of what this creature is.
Okay.
Got a success.
Okay. It almost feels similar to Eden's avatar,
Mm-hmm.
but this one is not the same. It's broken. It's shattered.
Mm-hmm.
It's decaying. And it's taking your grandmother with it.
And she just looks at it, and there's tears in her eyes because she knows exactly what this is. This is a primordial avatar.
Mhm.
And says, I'm so sorry you came too late. Catch her next time around.
There's sadness in its eyes, and it takes a step towards you, and everything becomes still.
Sylvia's not afraid of it. She knows what it is.
And there's a moment where it shows you two holes in the earth. And as it steps towards one, you will see a visage of your grandmother being wheeled into the other one. And it looks at you as it takes a step.
No. Don't let her suffer.
It takes another step. And if you don't stop it, it buries itself. And you will see your grandmother being wheeled into the other hole. And as Earth is covering both of them, the avatar shard itself shatters back into its original state. You can see the pieces floating in front of you, and you'll see the memories all lining up. Everything starts to get sequential. Everything starts to make sense. And there's this beautiful story. Who was the first in your family to receive this avatar?
Adelaide Montgomery. In 1623.
You see her. She becomes prevalent there, and her shard is whole as it starts to fuse with the next person in your line. Who is that?
Lorelei McDaniel. 1780.
You see a shift in the silhouette, but the same features, same facial structure, the same hair color. And again, another piece of the shard fuses and it becomes bigger, more vibrant. The next shard steps forward. Who is this?
Rosalie Stewart. 1830.
Again, the same facial features.
While
silhouette.
she's like in this trance, because she's obviously in a trance right now, she has just automatically flipped back to the family lineage, and she's tracing the names.
Yep.
As she's going through.
Every time that you see there is a name that has been underlined, there is a representative. And going down everybody to your grandmother, you will see that her name isn't underlined. But she's the last one. And she's the reason the avatar is shattered.
Hope is not lost yet. Pull yourself back together. You're not done. Is all Sylvia says. And she comes out of the trance.
Everything okay, Syl? You pulled open your book.
Felt intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense. Unfortunately, my grandmother had developed dementia before her avatar awoken.
Oh, God.
And I just met her avatar.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
What is it? What does it feel like? What does it look
Oh,
like?
it's primordial. A manticore.
Beautiful.
Magnificent, truly. And my grandma's gonna die. I asked it not to let her suffer.
Reach in and pull Selden into a hug.
She'll hug back.
The house explodes with quintessence. Same sensation you felt with Tanya. And
Sylvia's going to get up, say, would y'all mind bringing in the dishes? And she's going to walk in. She can't run, so she'll walk in.
yeah, yeah. And go ahead. No. You see that Rosa is backing away as your grandmother is actually standing up. And her hair is vibrantly red. It's almost like a fire at the very edge of sunset.
Yeah.
Her eyes are crystal. She knows everything she's supposed to know. And she walks towards you, same hobbling speed that you were hobbling towards her. And as you two embrace, her voice is the clearest it's ever been. I know what I have to do.
Good. I love you. You know that.
Love you too. And she pulls you away. You need to find the Irish smith. He'll help you with the dragon. It's coming. It's angry. And Sylvia will see the manticore in full splendor. Beautiful red flaming mane, wings that look like bat wings but are smoke and thunder. Its hind legs are powerful. Its tail is curled and ready to strike. And it just nods as it locks eyes with you. Which one of your representatives has the avatar chosen to be here in this moment with you?
Are you asking the group or are you asking me?
No, you.
Me. Oh.
Your avatar.
Yeah, my avatar. My avatar probably has taken its true form. Its true form is basically an angel of death.
Yeah.
A slayer.
And it is one of a number of times you could count on one hand how many times you've seen this form before.
Yeah.
And it steps towards the manticore. And the manticore faces it bravely. It doesn't back down, it doesn't shy away, and there is a smile on your grandmother's face. And as your avatar touches the manticore, you will see your grandmother's avatar fully restored. It is glorious. It shines with a light that is equal parts heaven and hell, as a true primordial avatar should feel like. And it collapses as your grandmother collapses.
Sylvia will try to catch her.
And Rosa helps you. And she immediately calls for an ambulance.
And Sylvia, does she see a ghost of her grandmother now?
Do you think she has any regrets?
Yes, she would have wanted to pass more of her wisdom down to Sylvia.
It takes a moment, but you see Nate is the one that pulls her towards you. And she has her hands on his face, and it looks like she's crying. And she reaches for you, and she sees her hand go through you.
Don't
And
worry.
Nate,
Soon I'll
and-
be able to touch you.
and you see Nate talking to her, explaining things to her.
And I'm crying as I'm just holding my grandmother.
Yeah. Outside, the rest of the cabal will feel, unlike Tanya, the pulses have stopped. Dead cold, pardon the pun. There's a moment where it felt earth-shattering. It was equal parts frightening and beautiful. And all of your avatars, for a brief instant, almost felt godlike. For an instant, you felt like you could take on the world. There was nothing that could stop you. And then it washes away. And whether it leaves you emboldened or whether it leaves you feeling empty is completely up to you. But for a second, you knew what Icarus felt like. Dude, your phone goes off.
Check it.
One sentence. We'll be meeting at the library in UM. There's a date and time.
He sends back a fantastic, but you can't wait to figure out who I am. And then we'll send that.
I'll have probably gripped Jack's hand, having felt that, squeezing it.
I'll actually pull her in.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what that meant, but
Yeah, I think we all do.
yeah. Damn it.
I feel like I could kill gods.
I do too.
Yeah.
We should go to Sylvia.
Yeah. Right. Get back together.
Join cell.
You see the scene. Rose and her are crying. Grandmother's still.
Sylvia is sitting in the floor with her grandmother's head in her lap, stroking her hair. Is it still red, storyteller?
Yeah.
Sit down next to her. I'm not going to say anything. Hand on her leg. Just
She told me to find the Irish smith.
Smith?
That the dragon's coming and it's angry. And he'll help. Does anyone know what that means?
Not yet.
Irish smith?
You know, I can ask Molly and Marcus. I have a feeling. But feel free to track down any other things you might think help. But I'll ask them.
She's still with me.
Good.
I'm glad to hear it. Her hair is beautiful, just like yours.
Thank you. Gotta call my parents.
What do you need from us?
Just wait here, please, until the ambulance comes.
Got
Of
it.
course.
Got nowhere to be.
And she will call her mom and tell her that Grandma has passed.
As all of you are there for each other in this trying moment, this symbolism of unity is a fantastic point to call it for tonight. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. It was intense. It was good, though. It was good. Yeah.
Different intense from last episode.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good. There was growth. It's good. And loss, but growth.
Isn't that just every bit of growth?
Yeah. Growth is painful, y'all. So thank you so much for joining us. Do join us on the Discord. That is, oops, I'm in the wrong chat. Hang on, let me go to the right chat. Boop, that one. Okay, so go to the Discord. That is where we hang out when we're not streaming. And of course, we also post our casting calls there. So make sure you're part of the Discord community, because right now there is an active and ongoing casting call for Call of Cthulhu guests for a stream that runs on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you like Call of Cthulhu 7E and you want to play in 1907 London, that's a great game to get your feet wet in. So also, if you would like to catch back episodes of this stream, you can check it out on our YouTube. Thank you, Astral. Appreciate you. YouTube, we have back episodes of this, and we have over 5 years of World of Darkness content and other TTRPGs for your enjoyment. Do make sure you subscribe, and if you're watching content there, like and comment, because that's a great way to offer some free support to us, because it boosts us in the algorithm. It pleases the YouTube algorithm gods for people to like and comment on content. And also do give a check out to London Esoteric Society's YouTube. That is where our amazing European GM Tiss posts her content, such as her Call of Cthulhu game, London Esoteric Society, and also her D&D campaign that she ran called Ishvel that has concluded. And she posts a few other games there, like a mini series of 7th Sea that she ran back in January. So do give her some love too. And if you would like to check out our amazing friends that also stream not only with us, oops, I'm mistyping. There we go. That stream on their own channels doing amazing things. Check out those links in chat now. Ravnos Archon, what you got going on your channel?
Oh, hi, everybody. I do TTRPG stuff on my own channel that isn't Dungeons & Dragons. So Mondays are for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, Tuesdays are for Werewolf of the Wild West or Scion 1st edition, and Thursdays are for Legend of the Five Rings and 7th Sea. And I've infiltrated all of the Wednesday splats here. You just saw a Mage Chronicle that has one more episode to go. And I will sometimes show up on Friday where I get the cameo as the most handsome Baron in all of Kansas City and the best sire 2 years running.
That's still up for
2
debate.
years running.
Uh-huh.
With that last name on that character sheet, I kind of doubt it.
You don't know my life.
Certainly know your own life, though.
All right. So do check out his channel and the links in chat. And of course, we have Junie Von Esch. She guested with us here in this stream last week as the Macaulay, and that was amazing. And she also runs our Vampire the Masquerade Chicago Hidden City on Saturday evenings. So do give her some love on her channel where she does crafting. And right now she is doing charity streams for St. Jude's. Go watch her do cute things with crochet and donate to help the kids. Okay? Seriously, she smashes cupcakes in her face for donations. Okay? Really, donate for the kids. Okay? And of course, Mischievous Red does stream on her channel from time to time. She usually will do so on Sundays, but as she says, be part of the McStabber Studios Discord because you'll get alerted when our friends stream because we have all our friends streams posting in there as well. And Rerolls is expecting to return to his channel around June time frame for a new campaign on his channel, but you can go give him a like in preparation for a follow for preparation for that. And DM Daddy RPG is where you will find Jen of Thieves. She runs and plays games over there. She recently just finished up a game she was running, an Everyday Heroes campaign set in the style of Ghostbusters. It was amazing. And they have Werewolf, and they're having a bunch of other World of Darkness stuff that they're going to be starting up really soon. So do give some love over to DM Daddy RPG. And of course, if you would like to support the players here, you can do so by showing us your biddies. Yep. But if you show off your magnificent biddies, we will give bits and donations to our players here at McStabber Studios. If you would like to support the studio itself, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us. Or you can buy Mama a coffee. You can go to our KoFi page and contribute there where Twitch doesn't get to be a horrible pimp and take half. So just that's for monetary. But like I said earlier, if you want to support for free, please just go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like and comment on videos you're watching. It pleases the algorithm. Make sure other people that are looking for content like ours can see it closer to the top of the search. And we also engage with comments that are left on our videos. So do that, please. And also, we have some merch. If you're interested in getting merch for various chronicles that we have run and campaigns we have run, and just some general studio merch, you can check out the Zazzle link in chat. We do have some things, though, that you'll want to make sure you're signed into an account and that you have set your settings so that you can see all items, because some of our stuff is rated adult, like our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. Yeah. That one and Cat's To-Do List merch, which is on a travel mug and also on a t-shirt. It has some swear words in it. And so Zazzle says, you got to mark that as adult. So yeah, you won't see them if you're not logged in or have your settings right. But also, seriously, thank you all. And coming up over the next week, what we have Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Kansas City, A Domain Divided. It's Vampire the Masquerade Modern Knights V5 campaign. We're in season 5, y'all, and shit is heating up. Last week, we had a fucking Tremere, basically Methuselah, show up.
Just one? Wow.
I know,
Late day.
Right? Probably wondering where the fuck are all the Tremere in this city. I mean, they got it, but
if they stopped being so delicious, that wouldn't happen.
I know, right? So yeah, so there's a lot of shit going on, and literally, some folks ended up like scoping out the Second Inquisition's big, like, super secret medical site where they're doing experiments and shit, and they got spotted. Yeah. Yeah, so it should be an interesting session on Friday. And of course, Saturday. Do we have Call of Cthulhu Saturday? Does anyone in chat? Yes, we are playing. All right, Urani, thank you so much. Appreciate you. So yes, Call of Cthulhu will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Join Tiss and her group of intrepid investigators as they do all the things that lead to them learning Cthulhu mythos and driving them insane. It's fun. Join them. And then at 8 p.m. Saturday, because we do double features on Saturdays, we have Chicago, Hidden City, run by Junie Von Esch. We are in the thick of it there, too. It's 2010, getting close to the end of 2010. And things have been hopping. Things have been hopping. We are dealing with ash finders. We are dealing with some Sabbat bullshit still after the fallout of Joliet. We are literally dealing with bullshit. Yeah.
The World of Darkness, yeah.
The World of Darkness, yeah. So join us as we play that on Saturday. And then, of course, Wednesday, we will be back here for the season finale of season 1 of Mage, Magic City Memoirs. It's already been a fucking hell of a first season. So join us for that. And lastly, I'm going to say, please take care of yourselves, okay? Sylvia was in crisis, y'all. After last session, when she got triggered in quick succession, she was seriously in crisis. She had been triggered so hard that her complex PTSD flared, and she had a very reactive reaction to these triggers. Over the week of Valentine's, she was not well. She was in crisis. A friend noticed and gave her the number of a therapist. Sometimes we don't have those friends. Sometimes we don't have people that will notice. But you know when you're not well, you know. And if you need help, I want you to reach out to support. If you have professionals that you can call to get an appointment with, please do so. If you have people that you can talk to help get you off that edge, please do that. But if you don't, use a crisis line, please. In chat, there is a list of organizations that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you're outside of the US, watching on YouTube, or you just need a helpline and you're not watching a stream at the present time you're doing it, go to findahelpline.com. There you can look up by your location the crisis support resources available to you. They cover over 140 countries. Please get the help you need. Let people that want to help you actually help you, because we want you around a long time. Okay? And also, I'm on McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. I am a holistic clinician. That is what nurses are. Not holistic as in woo, new age shit. Holistic as in we take care of the whole person. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, take care of your mind and your body. Make sure you get vaccinated. Vaccinate your children if you have them. Please, it's your job to protect your kids. And take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can. Please, take care of your mind and your body, because they both work hand in hand. And y'all know what I'm about to say, if anyone's been here before. We are literally getting daily news about what the fascist regime in the US is doing to strip away rights from people, to strip away protections, to strip away access to services that are needed, to strip away health care, support services, other things, to strip away their dignity, to strip away their rights just to be human. They're literally ganking people off the street to stick in gulags, okay? So literally, this is what we're dealing with. And if you contributed to this shit in any fucking way, by voting for it, by voting third party, knowing that the U.S. has a self-perpetuating bipartisan system. And third party never has a hope in hell. If you abstained, because more people abstained than actually voted, more eligible voters abstained than voted. Blood is on your hands and will continue to mount up on your hands. You are an accessory to the murder of thousands, and it may go up to millions. Burn in hell and rot. You're not welcome here. For the rest of us, we have to pull together and support each other. Look out for each other. Pay attention to what is going on in our communities to protect each other. Know your rights while they still exist. And please, please, please be safe. Okay? If you're going to protest, be safe. If you're going to cause good trouble, do it in ways that you can be safe. Send messages, call, email, whatever to your elected representatives. Give them hell. Both sides are fucking up. Both sides are complicit as fuck at this time. Because nobody seems to be fighting it. So, literally, just be safe, y'all. Because it's going to fail. Fascism always does. Historically, fascism is always the reaction to societal progress. Fascism always fails. But it is a rough fucking ride to get to the other side. So we got to do it together. Said with all sincerity, y'all please have a good night.